SPARC is going to lead off with a series of questions. We did have an email that went out to SPARC participants and asking them what questions they wanted to ask. So the first part of this get-together is our candidate will give her views, and we will then ask a series of questions that we have compiled from your responses. And then we'll open it up for question and answer. We have a little bit more time than we had last week for those of you who were here for that one. I also want to acknowledge another key founding leader of the SPARC group, Julie Schwellenbach, and I know they both get embarrassed when you acknowledge them, but they are the locomotives that got this going almost a year ago, almost 1 year ago. So, Heather, do you want to take it from here and then introduce it?
Sure. Thanks, Al. Is my volume good? All right. First of all, I want to introduce Senator Vinehout and thank her for coming today. We really appreciate the opportunity. And I recognize most of the faces here today, and so you know that our focus has really been on keeping this election and what's to follow in Wisconsin politics at the grassroots level, of getting local citizens engaged and involved in the political process. And so the format today is intended to be as conversational as possible. We have these questions that we've prepared, and after you introduce yourselves, we can just kind of exchange the microphone back and forth, and I'll ask you the questions as we go. So thanks for joining us, and thanks everyone for coming. Oh, and one announcement before I forget, because I will. If anyone is interested in learning more about the changes to the voter ID law, we're having an info session on Tuesday at the Colonial Club at 1 p.m. The session is primarily for people who will be impacted by changes to the law, but it will also be an opportunity to get registered if you want to register to vote, and just to learn more about what's going on in that department. So 1 p.m. Colonial Club. Joanna, what's the venue there? Remember what room it is?
They hadn't.
Okay, so there'll be a sign. Just go to the main entrance.
And the city clerk of Sun Prairie will be there.
Yeah, Diane Herman Brown will be leading that session, and we'll be on hand to answer any questions that you have. If people needed a ride to the DMV or anything like that, we can provide those services. So please spread the word that we are, working on that voter registration effort. And if anyone wants to get involved, please talk to me or Joanna. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We're living in a very important time in Wisconsin, and any